Welcome to the TVMusic Network Podcast with Phyllis and Belinda. I'm Phyllis.
And I'm Belinda.
Hey, and today we are here after a little bit of a break. We're back, and we are going to be talking about this season of America's Got Talent so far. Season 14 has been going well. The ratings have been great. It's, the most talked about show of the summer. Everybody is talking about things. It's water cooler time. There's a lot of acts and things that are going on, and we're going to be talking about the first few weeks of the live shows. Belinda, yes. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Well, we talked a little bit about the auditions and previous podcast, and we ended up at the very end with groups of 33 people going into the live shows.
Exactly. Or that made it to the next... Oh, yes, the live shows.
Made it to the live shows. But they picked 33.
Right.
11 perform each week. But it's 3 weeks, but they picked 3 wild cards.
Right.
Each week, they picked a wild card to come back, making it 12 contestants.
12 acts perform
each week on the live shows. And then America votes. And then 7 get sent to the next round, which is the semifinals.
Yeah, semifinals. I think these are called the quarterfinals right now because it's 4 weeks of live shows where they take the acts down and eliminate to see which ones are going. So, like the first week, we'll just talk about some of the highlights maybe, because it's really hard to talk about every single act that went on.
Because there's way too many.
Yeah, way too many. But let's see. For the first live show, we were there, we were backstage, and we talked to the judges, we talked to the contestants as well after the show. And for a show, it was the first live show, it's been a while, everything else had been pre-recorded and pre-taped, but I thought it had pretty good production value. There were a lot of good acts going on. It was an entertaining show. And they had Kodi stood out, which everybody was talking about him anyway. And so he got to have another moment, which I feel there was the singing group, the adult singing group, the Voices of Service, from the military. They stood out and they had like a really great act. And I think everybody seemed to like the show.
Yeah, for a lot. Well, the thing is with the show, it's kind of funny. Because it starts in May and it goes on forever. You got the auditions,
like
and you have the judges' cuts,
right?
And it's week after week after week. And then when we get to the live shows, we're like, okay, you're going to advance to the semifinals. Like, wait, we're already at the semifinals,
right?
But I guess that's what makes it fun and keeps it entertaining, and it's definitely a family show. People love to watch it.
Right.
There's a variety of acts.
Yeah.
And so when we got to the live shows, it was like we are finally at the live shows.
Right.
And one of the people that was the big thing was Kodi. I knew he was going to close the show, and he did.
There's some acts that I didn't even remember.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
And granted, I didn't watch as religiously these past few seasons as you had. You probably watched it more than me.
Yeah, I watched every episode because I wanted to know what was happening.
But there were a lot
and
of
that
acts
can trick you too,
remember.
because when they got to the judges' cuts, there were some acts you never saw highly audition at all.
Right.
So they came through, and then you're like, wait, who was this and whatever. But I remember everyone that it came through when the live shows did come on. And the thing with Kodi, how powerful that is. I mean, he's definitely a front runner going right into the finale for sure.
Right.
Well, the good and bad thing about the bad thing, he really hadn't been on TV in like months, weeks.
Yeah, you saw him for 5
You did
5
see like
minutes?
a preview thing when and people were still talking about that. People were still talking about it. When we watch the show, we cover the show. I talk to a lot of my friends, and they'll be like, "Oh, how's AGT?
That's the power of Kodi."
And everybody was talking about Kodi. So I finally asked someone, "Did you watch the show?"
Who hadn't even know.
And whatever. They're like,
People
"No."
who don't normally
I
watch.
saw it on social media, and I went to watch it, and he was amazing.
Right.
But this time, so he really had to bring it and do something that was going to be different, and he pulls out Paul Simon.
Yeah, Bridge Over Troubled Water.
And he says, "Oh, he's singing Bridge Over Troubled Water," and I'm just like, wow, Paul Simon doesn't clear many songs. And then, of course, they bring it up.
Right.
Simon says, "We got Paul Simon to clear the song." He doesn't clear many songs. He cleared in 30 seconds because someone sent him the tape of Kodi.
Yeah. Oh,
and he
God,
watched
adorable.
the tape. So he sang Bridge Over Troubled Water, and the crowd went crazy, and everyone stood up, and the audience was going mad. It was like you were like at a rock concert, and the
It was a
audience
beautiful
were
moment.
going crazy, and they were all going, Kodi, Kodi, Kodi. I mean, literally onto the thing. And Terry, we're talking, it's a live show. And Terry's like, all right, gotta go. What do you say? And the show went off.
What's adorable, I think, too, is that we talked to Kodi after the show.
Yeah, Kodi and his mom, Terry,
and he was there very excited and enthusiastic. And she was asking him, oh, what's so good, Kodi? Everybody's saying your name. What they say? And he's like, Kodi, Kodi. Yeah. He goes, and I was awesome. I did great. He was doing it.
I said, how do you feel? And he said, I rocked it out. And I was like, you go, Kodi.
You did all right, Kodi.
Yeah. And I said, you go with it. And, and I think it's just an emotional story.
Right.
Because here's a guy, with the handicap. And like you said, he may not have been singing. And his mom is, got him there and pushed him. And, he said he loved the song.
Right. So, it was a testament to people with special needs.
Yeah.
About caring. And it was a testament to about love, about family. I know a lot of times we always say Simon's gotten soft. He's a big softie now. And in some of those shows or some of those things are really emotional, and they pulled those moments out. Now, before, when Kodi was picked, and I had mentioned probably on our last podcast that we, when we discussed AGT, was that I just didn't like that moment. It was beautiful and stuff, but I felt like about the television or the show manipulated that moment. It's like, oh my God.
Well, it happened with every single person when they talk and they pick the golden buzzer. They freeze frame it.
Yeah.
And then they go through and they push it. And
right.
And then also we had guest judges on there, and they each got to pick a golden buzzer.
Oh, that's right.
And
Brad Paisley,
what I liked about
was it Brad Paisley,
Dwayne Wade,
Ellie Kemper,
and Jay Leno. Well, what I did like about them, when the judges did it, was always at the end.
Yeah.
When the guest judge came, they did it at any time, and it made it so much better because you wasn't for that moment, that last person to get the golden buzzer.
They were probably there and they only saw like 4 acts, maybe.
Well, I don't know that.
I know, but I find it hard to believe that they were there the whole time and saw like 24, 30
No,
acts.
because then they did a deliberation of who they were going to pick and stay, so I think they were there and saw.
Oh, so they did an entire
I think they were there and saw whatever.
Oh, good.
I mean, don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on it. We'll have to ask. We'll have to ask Brad Paisley.
Yeah, we will.
Don't see him much anymore. That was so much fun when he was in LA, flying back and forth to tape a.
He's a nice guy.
To tape a show. We won't discuss. But anyway,
what?
When he was here taping that show.
The show that we won't discuss. That's so funny.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know, but that's okay.
It's not controversial. It's nothing like that.
I don't want you to get off the subject.
No, it was
we're on AGT.
Yeah, it was a reality show that he was hosting. You can look it up. You probably don't remember it or probably didn't watch it. You can
care.
You can look it up. We covered the show. I guess the winner of the first episode. And that was it. But Brad Paisley was lovely. He was flying back and forth and touring.
Yeah. And
flying in and forth and whatever. And we got to talk to him a lot. And he was great.
There you go.
So it would have been nice to find out, what he thought. So if we ever see Brad Paisley again, which we sure we'll see him at we'll see him in Vegas. We will ask him, were you there all day? You're suspicious.
Was the deal like? Yeah.
I think you were. You see 5 people. Well, that's why we may see, because we see Jay Leno a lot.
Yeah, he's around.
He's like just walking down the street.
Just what he's part of his community. He acts like a regular guy.
And that's the type of person you should want to be when you're famous. I like that he's famous. I mean, people know who he is.
Wants to stay humble.
You don't sit with the bodyguard. Right. He's with his car. He's wearing his jeans. He's just walking down the street. And people are like, hey, Jay. He's like, hey. I mean, that's kind of good to have that kind of feeling. But anyway, so we got the golden buzzer when we get to the live show. There was a guy named, a couple standouts from week 1. There was a guy, Luke. He was Julianne's golden buzzer. He's a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He wants to be on Broadway.
Singer.
He's picked it out.
He's so good. He's really good. I like his voice. And you know what I like about him, too? And I'm not sure, how everybody wants to be, a star or someone who has talent and use it, who they focus on. I'm not sure who his influences are, but that boy is really, really good.
Yeah, he was very happy that Sarah Bareilles shared his video. He said his parents,
he sang a song from Waitress
for his allowance, he would save his money, have his parents take him to see Broadway plays. Yeah. And he knows what he wants. Yeah. He's 12 years old. And I liked him, and he performed. He sounded great. He made it.
Right.
That was fine. There was, I'm trying to think who else stood out for the first week.
I liked that the choir. I keep calling them a choir. And there's like 5 people in the group.
Oh, the service.
Yeah,
people.
the voices of service.
Yeah,
they're military service.
Yeah, I liked them a lot.
Together. Yeah, I liked them a lot. I thought they were very, very good. I liked. Shoot, I can't. What was?
They were the brothers.
Oh yeah, I like the brothers.
They were the everyone liked.
I like the brothers.
Yeah.
I like the brothers. Maybe I like their look, maybe more than their act. I don't know, but it had something to do with it. But they were the strength, the acrobat, the strengths. I always call those danger acts, but I guess they weren't danger acts. They were probably aerobat.
And it was interesting because Simon called them out and said he didn't think it was dangerous enough. And we found out that one of the guys that got injured, one of the brothers got injured, so he couldn't do some of the lifting. So the other brother had to do a lot more lifting, so they had to kind of rechange their act a little bit. And Simon called them out, so hopefully they're healed because they made it. If you
touch them again, you probably ask them about their dad.
Hopefully they're healed,
how they...
Yeah, because the dad started to group off.
How he feels about their influence and maybe that they're moving on in the world and stuff.
But people were screaming, they liked them, they took their shirts off, everybody's all getting all excited and all that, and some other guy goes,
I'm not gonna lie. I think that was nice when they took their shirts off.
Yeah, it was very nice, and people could say it's a different side of it. Like they're like, oh, we know ladies gonna be looking. Let's take our shirts off and get those extra votes. And ladies were looking and whatever, and a couple of guys were looking too. And it was good. They were funny. They were very funny guys. And speaking of funny guys, there were the guys with the fruit and the real tall guy.
Yeah.
And the other 2 guys, they were hysterical.
That I call a danger act.
They were a danger act. And
they had all kinds of fruit, and they were, oh God, I don't know, smashing on each other's heads, breaking things. I don't know what that act was, but a lot of it I couldn't even watch.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Personally.
I watched the whole thing because it's live, and if something goes wrong, which has happened in the past, I want to be right there.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be missing and watch it on YouTube. I want to be right there.
Right.
But I had to laugh because Terry's usually right on the stage, and so I asked Terry, and Terry goes, "Oh no, I went behind the glass. Yeah. I was not having it." And they were fun. Unfortunately, they didn't make it.
Yeah. When we transition from the acts for just a teeny bit, just to talk about Simon, Julianne, Gabrielle, and Howie, and then Terry. How do you feel like the judging has been going this season so far? I think Terry's been a great host.
Let's start with Terry.
I love him.
Love Terry. Terry's good, got personality. He's fantastic. He kind of goes with the flow.
Yeah.
He kind of...
It seems like it was a good thing to have him
Good thing to happen. We were talking about Tyra. A lot of people were backstage going, what happened to Tyra? Is she gone? What happened? I was like, did she get fired? Is she okay?
Tyra's like, no.
And I'm like, no. Tyra came in last minute.
A global superstar.
Yeah.
She's like, I got my own billion-dollar empire to run. I don't have time.
Yeah, she came in last minute to do the situation with
great, but come on.
With Nick leaving. She came in last minute and she did the scene.
And they needed someone as popular as
and
Nick.
She did it too. Yeah. And I like Tyra. I like Tyra. She's very sweet. She's very nice. But there was times she was dressed like she's on the runway and she's going to New York. I know she's a model. And she's just like, dressed like I am here for the role.
Yeah,
it's like it didn't fit a little bit. It's like it didn't fit a little bit.
AGT people.
Being a host, it seemed like it was kind of like, whoa. It's like, I don't know how to say it without.
Sometimes you got to take your shoes off and get down and dirty in the thing. And she didn't look like she was going to take her shoes off.
Yeah, it would have been nice. It would have been nice to see her in just like some jeans and I mean not like just like a top and not like
watermelon sledgehammer.
Yeah, not like some long gown and like that. But she was very very nice lady. I know she's doing her own career and all that stuff. I do miss Heidi.
Yeah, Heidi.
I do miss Heidi. Heidi's very sweet, and I think I liked Heidi because she would be one that would say, I don't get it, or I don't like it, and I don't whatever. It's like, oh, what do you mean? You're crazy. I don't get, it doesn't get me. I don't know why. And I like that she would go back and watch with her kids because it's a family show. And like she said, oh, I got to go home. I watch it back now with my kids.
Right.
And she would get into it and all that. So I do miss Heidi. Howie's Howie.
Yeah. Love him.
Yeah, Howie's just Howie. He's just, he's one of those where he's just like, you don't know what he's gonna say. Yeah. He's like.
Well, he just celebrated his 10th anniversary with the show, and the show recognized that. And it's funny because I feel like he's the constant with the show now.
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah, yeah. Who knew that out of all the people that they've had on the show, he'd be the constant.
And there's been a lot.
It's been on 14 seasons.
Yeah, because he said he's been on 10 seasons, his 10th anniversary.
Right.
He's been watching 14 seasons, and I asked him, "Did you ever want to be?" He goes, "Of course." When you're watching it, you're like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a great show." Right. Never thought he'd be on it. He was on it. He was on the thing. They brought him a cake.
Well, right.
They brought him
a celebration
for him, and they brought him a cake. And then there was a routine of an act, and they put Howie on the stage, and they were like cupcakes. And he was eating and eating, and he brought the stage. So after the show, they put the cake out.
Act with the cannoli.
We were talking. We didn't get any cake.
Yeah.
But they left the cake down. They're like, "Can you bring the cake on down?" So he said he was starting to feel a little weird because he'd been eating the whole show.
That was funny.
And that was kind of funny and really, really cute. On his Simon brought him a billboard on Sunset Boulevard to celebrate his anniversary, and they showed a little thing of it.
Yeah, they put a little package of
it, and they brought him a cake, and I didn't know it was a real billboard.
Right.
I found out it's a real billboard.
Right. Howie
didn't know it was a real billboard.
Got a crew. Yeah. Went into an Uber or Lyft, a shared driver or something, and drove down drove down Sunset Boulevard, telling people that he had a billboard.
And he didn't know where it was.
See it for himself.
And he's going down Sunset. I'm like, okay, I know where he is. I know he is. Okay, he's passing our street.
All the markers are
I'm like, wait, he's right by our house.
Right.
I'm like, he's going to put our Comedy Store. He puts to the Comedy Store. And then he finally gets out. And then I said before the video ended, well, I bet that video is probably by the whiskey. Yeah. I'm just trying to think where billboards are. And
down Sunset in San Vicente. There's a huge billboard of Howie and Simon, with Simon thanking or celebrating Howie's 10th anniversary. And it was right across the street
with the whiskey.
There you go.
So now I got to go down tomorrow. And
how appropriate.
I'm going to go down and take a picture of the billboard. It's a real funny billboard because it's got Simon all big on it and Howie like a little sign. He's kind of
like when you're taking a selfie and your head gets cut off. Like and it's so great. Our selfies.
Yeah, but he was so happy.
Yeah, it was great.
He was like really, really happy. And I asked him about it. So now next week we'll have to talk about the billboard because, that was kind of... That was kind of good, and then Mel B's off doing the Spice Girls tour in Europe, and
which is fine.
Yeah, and she's gone in Europe, so we don't have her, but we still have Simon to get the musical stuff and whatever.
Right. And Julianne,
because Julianne
really good sense of like performance all around.
Yeah, because she was a singer and a dancer,
and she's been performing all her life. And being in competitions and things all her life, which I think is really good because she can see all sides of a talent competition or a talent show. So
I miss Heidi. I don't miss Mel B.
Nobody misses Mel B, I don't think.
I'm sure there's people that miss Mel B.
Okay.
And I like Mel B.
I like her too.
I like Mel B, but not as American Talent Judge because I think she was just kind of like not really, I shouldn't say really focus on it.
Yeah, she was distracted this season. Yeah. Understandably
and she had a good golden buzzer, and you're like, what's going on with your golden buzzer? And it's like she didn't really know what to say or to do whatever like that. But she's off doing a Spice Girl tour. Hope they come to the States.
Yeah, good for her.
We can catch her if the Spice Girls come on to the States, but I don't miss her as a judge on the show.
Yeah. And then Gabrielle, I like her.
Yeah, and I didn't know, watching the judge, I think I mentioned in our podcast, I didn't know what they were going to add because they were just kind of there, kind of happy, kind of liking everything, and I think that's going to be the norm for reality shows. We got all these judges that are like so nice. Oh, it's like I think people don't want to be rude,
right?
And I find this on show after show, and I'm like, I don't need rudeness. I need constructive criticism.
Yeah,
and I've been saying that for a while, doing all these shows, but then the second week of live shows came. And Simon started going back to the Simon.
Well, some of those acts deserved it, I guess.
I mean, Simon completely did a 360. I'm like, Simon's back to where he was on Idol, or as Lionel Richie called it, Simon Before Kids. He's all nice and sweet. He's all so-and-so, so-and-so.
Simon Before Kids.
He just went and, like, one of the acts came out, and he's like, oh, that's the wrong song. That's the wrong this is the song. You're going to watch it back. And I agreed with him on that, but it was the way he said it.
Well, Howie said this
She's a 13-year-old child,
on some of them, too. And it came across better. I think their delivery was a little abrasive.
Especially, I mean, he was being Simon the way Simon used to be, and people loved it. But I just thought, a 13-year-old child, you don't say it that way. He should have said, you have such a good voice. I like your voice. That's why we picked you. You're very spunky. You got a good personality.
The song was mature.
I think the song was too mature.
Right.
And it could have been a different song choice. That wasn't the way to say it, but he was kind of like...
Harry Jr. said that a lot of times. Do you even know what you're singing about?
Yeah. Harry Connick Jr. used to say it in a way that it was stern and it was constructed. You didn't feel like, oh, he just told me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's exactly what I thought about it. I thought with Simon, people we were sitting with at the show were like, no, what's wrong? She sounded great. I'm like, no, she did sound great.
Yeah, she did.
It was just not the right. I would have went a different kind of song for her.
It's kind of unfortunate
because she's 12 years old.
Yeah, she went home.
And a lot of times with some of the young ones, they're singing songs too big for them. Or too big for their age.
Well,
that's what they like.
Well, they sing the songs that show their vocal talent,
and
show vocal voice.
And I think you should be a kid. And when Grace VanderWaal was on there, she said she was a kid.
Yeah, but
and
I don't think she sang like songs that fit her personality.
And you should fit your age a little bit too. Yeah. And I think some of those like big belters are like,
like Darcy did too.
Oh yeah, Darcy did it as well. But the Luke guy, I felt like he was singing the song, and I'm like, you're 12, and it was going back and forth. But I think the same thing with the little girl. Now, there was a little group of girls, G-Force.
Oh.
There was a little group of dancing girls. And the first week, they were on Simon told them they had to write their material. They had to come back stronger, whatever. And they came back. They had a song called Simon Says. He got a kick out. He put them through. This time did a song. Simon didn't think it was as strong
as the other song.
And they're like 10 to 12. And I kept thinking, there's a market for these little girls.
Yeah.
They should stick with it.
Yeah.
Stay in school. Rehearse once a week.
Yeah, because by the time they're 12.
I think they are like 10 to 12.
They might be ready.
Work once a week. Work on their lyrics. Get, a producer behind them. I don't know if the moms or someone's managing them. I take it.
Right.
And get this going. And then in 3 years' time, when they're like 15, 16, pack them up, girls. We're going to Europe.
Right.
Break it there first and come back. Because I can see something with that. We don't know what's going to happen with that.
5 of them or 6 of them?
There was 5 of them, yeah.
Sometimes that's hard to coordinate 5. Sometimes I think it's hard to coordinate like 5 teenage girls or 5, preteen girls, because you have your family, you have everything. I think they're all in the same school.
Yeah.
And in class together, so that makes it a little bit easier.
Think it'd be easy to have 3 of them or something as opposed to 5?
Maybe 3 as opposed to 5. And I only say that not because of the group and not because of itself, but the scheduling, the parents, the momages, the harmonies, the songs you're going to work on, the acts and everything.
Well, that's what I said about BTS.
To see.
I said BTS. I thought 7 minutes was too much. You said, oh, no. So. And they started before they were 18.
Okay, there's a difference between Korean boys and American girls. There's a lot of distractions with American girls. There's a lot of things going on. One of them might suddenly be interested in a boy. One of them might suddenly do this. I think they're young. That's what I mean by
I'm sure they're young, and I'm sure they got the Jonas Brothers poster where, I don't know who the young one, but they don't know.
I don't know.
They might be too old. Who are the new little young boys now? Shawn Mendes.
He's kind of
and
old
like
too,
Charlie Puth.
Don't get it.
There's like some young guys, right?
Right. But no.
Who are the young guys people are like?
You don't think that there's
little young boys.
A difference between...
They might have a little crush on little J.D. McCurry.
You don't think there's a difference between little teenage girls and little teenage boys?
Yes, there's always going to be a difference between little teenage boys and girls. But, okay, so maybe, we need to kick 2 out the group. And then, because I'm going to jump all in on this management deal. So I got to talk to Momager and be like, okay, we need to talk. And I need to help you guys promote this.
They need to do more research, development, more school, more whatever. And then when they're 15, boom,
that's what I said. 15, let's go.
Yeah,
get them practicing interviews.
Right.
Get them talking. Get them getting going.
They're so cute.
Have a hidden plan, but you keep it low key. You got a little exposure. You got to keep them in school. We don't need them. We don't need them pulling out of school. Because I really don't think. I don't know. When I look at these kids, I always think there should be like a kids talent. And then adult talent. I really don't like the kids. Well,
they're bringing back that thing, Steve Harvey show that's not Steve Harvey show anymore.
Oh, not Little Big Lies.
Yeah, Little Big Lies.
No, not Little Big Lies. Oh, different show.
Little Big Shots.
I was going to say Little Big Talent.
With
that's
Melissa McCarthy, yeah.
Oh, so it's coming back.
Right.
And it's going to be with her.
I believe, yeah. I think so.
Anyway, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But... There's going to be a kids competition show.
I just think they should be, because I just don't like when the kids are competing with the adults.
Right.
And I don't know. I just like
is it easier?
Little kids are cute. I love to see their talent. I love to see them too, but
I don't like to see them getting disappointed when they leave.
Yeah, because it's be hard. Star Search, they would be, they'd be crying.
How do you feel about?
You would see they would be very, very upset.
Yeah.
And all those runner-ups are huge stars now, so I guess later, but they could look at it.
How
do
you feel about?
I think they should just go to school and wait till they're 18. That's just my opinion.
Okay, but listen.
I don't think I would let my kid do it.
Okay, well, no, me either. Lucas.
No.
Was that his name? Luke, that little boy.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of ones that are young at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you top that off with like some of those dance groups. I can't think of the names where they're young too.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it better to be young as part of a group?
Yeah,
like
it is.
A youth choir.
It's better to have a couple young ones, yeah.
Or a single singer.
Because you were talking to a couple and they had to go because when you talk to the contestants, there's a strict curfew because of the laws, minor laws.
Makes you wonder. When is
they have to go to school. They only can be so much time. So like the show's over 7 o'clock, 8:15, they gotta go.
Like you discover their talent at such a young age. When is it appropriate or not appropriate to nurture that talent and put them out there? Because sometimes, depending on how mature they are, I guess.
Yeah, I think you should nurture them. See, I would be nurturing. You'd be taking the dance classes. We got the drum lessons. We got you going. You know, we got you taking a little piano. We get you singing. All the things that that you want, I mean, we did it when we were little.
Yeah, we
remember?
I
was dancing. I had the organ lessons at the mall.
Yeah. We had our little talent shows.
Yeah, we had talent. We put on full productions and, all that stuff. And I wanted to be a dancer, and
the go-go boots.
Yeah, I had go-go boots and everything. And
I took some jazz classes, some dance classes.
Yeah, and we just didn't work that way.
Nothing. Yeah, and here we are doing a podcast. That's how talented we were.
I could have been America's Got Talent, showing my dance number, Simon.
Yeah. And I could have been playing my guitar.
There you go. I could have been on So You Can Dance. Dun, dun, dun. You know what I mean? Pressing my solo.
I could have been on So You Can Dance as Kat, the host.
Okay.
Maybe. Not as a dancer.
So I think I would be grooming them and the secret plan and then that secret weapon and boom.
Yeah, and then by the time when they're
16, they're gonna be 17.
15, they can decide.
And then
what they want to do.
Midnight when their birthday comes, that single, bam. That would be just me. That's what I think I would do.
Right.
But you never know when the opportunity comes up. You hear it all the time.
I don't know, but
we didn't want to do it.
That.
A manager came around. We got discovered them all.
There's that Dance Mom show.
Something happened.
Other little things
you say it now, but if the opportunity comes, sometimes the parents are like, you know what, we got to take this.
And their talent is so good.
We got to take it.
Hold it. Yeah.
You just don't know. But that's my opinion on it. But
I don't know.
But there's a lot of minors. And so we got to week 2.
Minors.
Simon was being Simon. There was a group on there that I had to watch all the way through because that Nick and Lindsay. It just looked like it was not rehearsed. Not ready.
Yeah,
there was a couple people
on
this week's show that I didn't really care for that much, and they made it. I thought, how did they make it? But I think they made it because they needed variety.
I thought the first show better than the second show.
Oh, definitely. I think they needed it because of a variety, and I just didn't think they were that good. And there was another.
There seemed to be as many singers on this show, on this one, than it was on the second one.
Oh,
or it just felt that way.
Well, I think that could be strategically because only 7 could go through.
Right.
So you have to look at, what singers we're going to have, what golden buzzers we're going to have. I think all that's picked.
We had the blues guy, Robert.
I don't think it's... Oh, I love Robert.
And we had that...
Can we talk about Robert? I really like Robert. Robert is an older gentleman. He's 65 years old. He's from Louisiana. And it was something he said something that was really, really...
He's blind or legally blind?
Yeah. He started losing his eyesight and all that. And he used to write songs. And his songs were original. And it's kind of a deep story when you hear it, because here's a guy, he's only 65 years old.
Right.
He's from the South, and he was in his package, he said, he couldn't go to school because they were sharecroppers' kids.
Wow.
And that the sharecroppers' kids had to help them with the share. And you're thinking, here's a guy, 65 years old in Louisiana, and here this is happening. It was very deep. But I talked to Gabrielle a little bit about him at the show. He just reminds me of an old soul,
Right.
I think he reminds me of the Three Kings, and the song reminded me of bad, Born in a Bad Sign, and he's kind of reminding me of that, and I kind of liked him. I was hoping he did make it. His daughter, he said, wanted to be a singer, or is a singer, but she's kind of was on her career back to help him now.
Yeah,
she they're too late, and then she was up there singing backgrounds, like, oh, there's a daughter,
That's nice.
So he made the semifinals, and that was good.
You know who else made it? That guy. Let's see. He was a singer too. he had the Chris Stapleton beard.
Oh, yes,
hair,
yes.
And he's from a town of like 15 people. Or
something like that,
people.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That was kind of interesting because
I like his voice.
He, when he did the John Lennon, and I didn't care for his audition that much. I was
Chris
surprised when he
Clayford?
made it. I was surprised they put him through. But this time I really enjoyed it. So it kind of makes him a balance, you know. But there was a lot of people I was like, you can do without light kids. I didn't like the light kids.
Yeah, a lot of kids. I like the little boy who played the violin. He was so cute.
Oh, we'll talk about that. Tyler.
He was 10, 12.
That's Simon's golden buzzer.
Oh, so
and
cute.
this guy has this backstory.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Oh, right.
And he has this backstory. He was a young kid, and he had cancer, and he went to remission, and now he doesn't have cancer anymore, and he's playing, and he's helping people. He's playing the violin, and he's fantastic. I mean, he's absolutely fantastic. He's going to go straight through. He did go through.
So cute.
He's going to make it. I'm surprised Brad Paisley's golden buzzer, the girl who writes about bullying and acoustic songs and all that. I'm surprised she didn't make it.
Well, but see, that was because part of the Duncan Save, though.
Yes.
That makes it a little hard. Should we talk about that? Because with the Duncan Save, you said it's the middle people?
Yeah, the Duncan Save. What they do, the 7 are going to make it, so they first put through, like, here's the first 4, you're going through.
Right.
Then they say, we're going to put 3 people here. So you guys are in the middle of the pack.
Right.
So you guys got the net set of votes. And what they do in the beginning of the show, America votes on who they would save. So America votes, and then they have one person America puts through to save. Who gets a Duncan Save, tweeting and all that. Then there's 2 more people left. And then the judges each vote who they would save.
Right.
And if it's
between the 2 that are left, and then that person goes
So,
through.
and on this episode that just passed, was one I thought, this little girl who Simon was rude to, it's going to be kind of controversial. They vote her off, and I thought, watch. So I thought it's going to be a tie.
Yeah.
They're going to let the America who got the least amount of votes go home.
Yeah.
Which I think on that and other shows, that's what it should be. I don't like saves and judges' picks and all that. Just tell me who got the lowest votes, and you go home. You can put the drama in there, because they always did. They go, you're here and you're here. One of you's going to go through. The person going through is now pick someone who's like sure to go through, and then someone you're like, oh shoot, that person's so popular, I'm not going to go through, and then you both go through. Mm-hmm. So you can still do your drama. I just think that when it comes to the bottom line, the judges, you already picked the person. Yeah. You already picked the cuts. You already picked the 36 people.
Right.
Let us have the rest. And I think that's what they did on that episode, but that's what the Duncan Save is.
Okay.
Sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
I think it's okay. Yeah.
So they have the Dunkin'. Well, we still haven't got any donuts, but that's okay.
Yeah, where are the donuts?
So I guess they're upstairs.
Where are the coffee drinks?
The donuts and coffee drinks are up because everybody always has all these.
Yeah, I could use.
It's sponsored by Dunkin'. It's always there.
Yeah, we're saying sponsored by Dunkin'. Maybe
has
we could
it.
be sponsored by Dunkin'.
Yeah, everybody has it, but we never see the donuts. So they must be on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, maybe
somewhere. Maybe we should take the other 3rd floor and looking for the donuts.
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask someone to bring the donuts.
I could use some donuts.
Yeah. Or we could just go to Dunkin' Donuts.
That's true.
There was a time you couldn't find a Dunkin' Donuts
now
in this area. I mean, you couldn't find a Dunkin' Donuts, and I always thought, wow, every time I go to the East Coast, Dunkin' Donuts. I love, I'm not a coffee drinker. I do like to drink, like, the vanilla milks, and, that's like a Starbucks vanilla, blended drink, but I don't drink coffee. But I always wanted to have the Dunkin' Donuts. It was ever here. And then Dunkin' Donuts is coming. It's coming. Then for a while they were in Vegas. Every time we go to Vegas, we go to this Dunkin' Donuts. Now it's here. It's in Hollywood.
And we don't go as much
and we don't go as much as
we didn't go this past weekend, too. We usually like to go, and we didn't go.
Because I was out of town. But anyway, that's another story.
So the next, there's 2 more weeks, right?
No, 1.
Oh, just 1?
There's just 1 more week. There's only 12 more people.
There's 1 more week of acts.
Yep.
But they're going to narrow down to 7. Mm-hmm. And then it's going to be 7 times 3, 21? Or is it 7 times 4?
No, there's going to only be 7 people. So we'll have 21 people going into the semi-round. 21 people
going into the semi-round.
And there's going to be
and then
2
that's going to go
weeks.
Down.
And those 2 weeks, and they're going to pick the 5 and the 5, and that's going to be your top 10 for the finale.
Right. Okay.
Which will be in September.
Which sounds great.
From the second week, Charlotte went home. Chris made it.
Right.
Joseph Allen, that was Howie's buzzer.
Right.
Got eliminated. Live Allen's kids made it. Marina, the dancer.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't make it, and we saw her
at
So You Can Dance auditions, and she came out this weird dance,
right.
all in gold. We didn't know what was happening.
Like a contortionist.
Yes, and we're like, what's going on, and whatever. And then she made it to Hollywood, And then we never saw her again. And we're like, whatever happened to her? And we found out something with her visa, she was gone. But then I read her bio that she was actually on So You Think You Could Dance in the Ukraine somewhere, and she like finished in second or third. So I'll have to watch a video to see how she was dancing. Was she like, was she doing a hip hop dance, or
She reminded me of that weird. I don't know. I just didn't like her act that much.
Okay, well, she's gone.
I thought she needed better choreography.
So
you know what I didn't like either? I thought it was really, really weak. So far, maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you're weak on the magicians. Like, I can read your mind. You're holding, You're holding the 3 of spades.
Oh, because that was,
I don't know what that was.
That was something, it just didn't work right. And I know there's like the guys giving you kind of signals, because she's guessing and he's saying things.
Yeah, are you guessing
like they have a
code?
Like they have a code. We have lemon, we have orange, and we have, whatever.
If it's orange, I'm going to say gum.
Yeah, or they have their own little signals and stuff. But the funny part about it was when on Tuesday's show, when they showed up the recap back, and Gabrielle's talking, and she goes, and it's so, and I'm like, girl, this ain't no bubble gum. Yeah, it was kind of funny, because they were just like, this
and then he goes, oh, the so-and-so butterscotch something, and he goes, that's not what I said. He's like, oh, you said butterscotch.
Yeah.
You said this, and I'm like, oh, this is just
that was the
and then that Nick and Lindsay with the knives too. But
both of those they both didn't make it.
I didn't get
it just didn't work.
Yeah.
There was a U choir, they made it. Nick and Lindsay did not make it. The other one was the Sentimentalists, they didn't make it. Robert, we talked about the older blues singer, he made it.
Yeah.
Tyler was the violin guy. Simon's brother made it. Then there was the Ryan. The comedian.
Oh, the comedian, yeah.
Who I didn't care for the first 2 rounds. And I think he was very funny.
But I thought
he picked the right one with the shy, and he got in there. Bit of material.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was
what about the guy that does the impressions? They had on the Pac-Man
side? Greg.
Greg.
Gary, he made it. He was on the first week, and he made it. And then the last person from past week was the V Unbeatable Dance Group, and they're from India, and they were Dwayne Wade's golden buzzer. So he made it. So I had to ask Gabrielle about her buzzer versus husband's buzzer. And it's a 2-hour show. There's a lot going on. There's only so many commercials that you can run, or run to the restroom, or run and do something, or get food, or so. That's a lot going on. Or look for donuts, which we're doing next week.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so
a lot more
coming out of the auditions, I think I said I wasn't as impressed with that many people.
And then Susan
Boyle.
But
the show ended up being good. Yeah. But they brought back
Susan Boyle.
Susan Boyle came
back. For the 10th anniversary. It's 10th anniversary of her first time on Britain's Got Talent performing as well. So she came, we talked to her, and that was very
we talked to her.
She has a new album coming out.
Yeah, and a tour coming up and all that. I thought she was, she came back to the Champions, but I didn't think we see her. She's going to be doing a tour in the UK, and they're hoping to bring it to the States early next year.
That's great.
And I was curious to see her, because I asked her, was something you would think do differently, or something you would do differently. You have to think about it. Like she said, it was very overwhelming for her, and you could tell.
Oh, yeah.
It was very overwhelming.
I think she'd be able to mentally handle it.
Yeah, a lot of people can't. And when you look at, when you're a celebrity, I mean, you look at, like we know, but anyway.
We're famous. We know how hard it can be to maintain in this industry. We know.
But what I'm saying is, like, you're used to going out the house.
Yeah.
Like, you go out the house, you get in your car, you go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Get out of your house, you go to a counter. You go out, you go to movies. Yeah. Everybody leaves you alone. You get online.
That's like
you do your
we're
stuff.
saying that the BTS.
You do your
BTS
work.
Movie.
Yeah, you do all the kind of stuff too. And then all of a sudden you become famous.
Right.
And as you start going out the house, people are stopping you. People are coming up to you. And some people can handle, some people can't handle it. Well, I've seen, we have
both sides.
We have some friends that are famous. But
you do?
Yeah, we have some friends that are famous.
Okay.
And I was followed once in a car.
I'm like, wait, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we do. We do.
I was followed.
Okay, yes.
I literally was followed in a car with...
so you got to see that side
I won't say his name. In a car, someone literally was following us. Yeah. And I looked and said, we're being followed.
It is weird to be recognized.
Yeah. I said, we're being followed.
You because you're so-and-so's sister, you're so-and-so's friend.
And he was like, no one's following. I go, the car is prickly following us, and let's get away from them.
Yeah, so fame can be interesting.
And it was really a scary kind of feeling. It was really a scary issue that we're now driving a little bit faster because the person was behind us. And after we got followed, and thought we lost them. Yeah. And I jumped in the car and ran to my house, and we did a complete turn, so they would not know where he lived. I didn't care where I lived. We still wanted to know where he lived. Then they literally came to my door. Yeah. Literally came into my came to my place in a gated community and tracked me down because my last name's there because I'm not famous, and it's just it's a weird feeling, and
it's the price of fame.
And some people can handle it, some people can't handle it, and
so we'll see if these contestants,
if they can handle it.
The winner of season 14.
But Susan boils back. Do you think we have seen the winner? Because it's been 2 weeks. I know we've seen 2 finalists.
I guess.
We have seen 2 top 5 finalists already.
I guess I'm not a good person to answer that question.
I guess we could answer it next week to be on the fair side.
Because then I'll know we've seen the winner because I would have
Because that's true. That's true. We would have seen the winner. But next week.
Do I know? Do I see some people who are in that thing that could possibly win? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and I forgot.
Maybe
Julianne told me who the wild card is. It's Rob. It's the Francesca back this week.
Yeah.
I know we have a comedian, Jackie Fabulous. I'm curious to see her. I'm trying to think of who people I remember that stood out to me.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see. We have one more week.
Yeah.
It's going by fast.
We
have one more week. So we will come back and tell you about the last people. So then that point we're going to know then who are the 21 people that are going into the semifinals.
Right.
The semifinals. And then from there, we're going to have another winner. Now, last year's winner, because we always talk about what happens to these contestants.
People after.
And let's say people, speaking of contestants and winners, never mind.
Yeah. Last year's winner.
Which is Shin Lin.
I love him.
Who went on to do the champions.
Right.
And won.
Right.
He came back.
He's the magic guy.
He came back last week and did his routine.
Yeah, with Jay Leno.
And he's doing quite fine.
Yeah.
He's playing a show at the Mirage.
Well, the minute
when Boyz II Men takes their hiatus and Cherry Fat, who's also on the show.
I saw him.
He has a show.
He's a Vegas act.
And there's some other ones that aren't winners that didn't win.
That are doing well.
Like the Clairvoyants. They have a show out there, tape-based. So that's the kind of thing.
Who's doing like a magic act or some kind of like mental thing or whatever, study your stuff.
Yeah.
Look at Shin Lin. Study that. Study the clairvoyance. Just do something other than like what you're doing.
Exactly. And like how we said, there's people who haven't won that have went on to do stuff. So it's all a matter of getting your name out there, making your stuff. And there's some of the runner-ups and some of the contestants from last season. I follow them all on social media. I'm hearing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And, Vicky Trailer Nasty and what she's doing, and Preacher.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see. And Darcy doing a special.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
It's very, very interesting to see. And I heard Champions is supposed to be coming back.
Yeah. It was very successful for the winter break. So, let's see. America's Got Talent. There's Tuesdays and Wednesdays on NBC. Tuesdays the live shows, live performance shows. Wednesday the live elimination shows. So it will be interesting to see, and we'll be on the carpet, behind the scenes, backstage, watching the show live.
We'll try to give you some stuff you don't see, or try to give you some kind of
things you don't see, or things that we might think were interesting, things that stood out to us. Hopefully, it was things that stood out to you. So you can find me. You can follow us on Instagram. We're TV Music Network. Twitter, TV Music Network. My personal Twitter, or I don't know if it's personal, my Twitter is Phyllis_Thomas. Belinda, where can people find you?
You can find me talking about previous winners, and we missed Eugene Landau Murphy had a birthday
Oh my
party
God, Eugene Landau Murphy
in LA, and we missed it.
Eugene
at Belinda's LA Music.
At Belinda's LA Music. All right, that sounds cool. We want to thank Ben Sound for this lovely music that they're getting to us. And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.